There is a lot of talk about sustainable development, but many probably do not have a clear idea about what it really means. In this video, we will illustrate what sustainability is and what the determinants of sustainable development are. We will also explain why development that is not sustainable is not development at all, and why, after a period of apparent growth, unsustainable development generates even more poverty and social disorder. Let's take a step back and ask ourselves, what do we mean by development? By development, we mean the process by which an entity in potentiality becomes an entity in actuality. In other words, that which was only a possibility comes into being. For instance, a seed is only a mere seed, but inside it there's a tree in potency, waiting to grow. If the seed sprouts, it becomes a little plant, and then it grows to finally become a tree. The development of the seed brings forth a tree. In order to become a tree, the seed requires suitable conditions, like the right space, sufficient water, nutrition, etc. And not too many competitors and predators. If the variety of trees is diverse and the conditions are good, a thick forest could grow. To guarantee the development of a complex system such as a forest, diverse inputs are required. Besides trees, we also need the bees, the worms, mushrooms, ants, squirrels. All in all, we need all those factors and actors that permit the sustenance of an equilibrium of that complex ecosystem that we call a forest. A similar complex equilibrium sustains the prosperity of human societies. Development is the process by which a community actualizes its potentiality and improves its economy, its culture, its political processes. And for such a development to take place, we need a plurality of synergic diversities. We need women and we need men. We need different generations, different professions, diverse hierarchies, different priorities, different arts, each one concurring with the others in a relationship of reciprocal valorization and empowerment. A solidarity that generates a collective sense of being a single community, and that makes it possible for the different actors to perform on a common stage while expressing different beings. Development is often associated with growth. A growing economy is one that produces ever more goods, more services, generating more security and ever more satisfied people. Until recently, we believed that the economy could grow forever. We thought that by using technologies that made the production of goods more efficient, and by applying rules and regulations that promoted the growth of markets, our economies could grow richer and richer indefinitely. And that communities could circulate even more money, own more houses, store more food, own more cars, and have more enjoyment, and be ever more satisfied. Always improving and forever. But in reality, as we progressed, we discovered that growth was not necessarily something good. Having more does not necessarily mean living a better life. In fact, we discovered that economic growth, when not balanced by a simultaneous cultural and social growth, leads to ever more competition and reciprocal hostility. Everyone tries to grab ever more material goods, not because they enjoy them, but because they need them to match the growing rivalry with neighbors. By progressing like this, we have depleted the world. We caught too many fish, and now lakes are empty. We use too much water, and now we are thirsty. We cut too many trees, and now our forests are destroyed. We ate too much food, and now we have become obese and sick. We put too many pesticides and chemicals in our soil, and now it has become sterile. We produced too many cars, and now we can't drive them anymore because there's too much traffic. While the city air has become polluted and poisonous. We constructed too many buildings, so we don't have common spaces anymore where we can meet, walk, play, talk, or plant trees and flowers. We were polluting the world, but our economies were still growing. But that has also changed. Economic development has started slowing down and is continuing to slow down more and more, and even shrink, in spite of employing ever more efficient and advanced technologies. Why is the economy not growing like before, even if we have better tools and better laws supporting and favoring markets and the growth of markets? Why? What happened? We discovered that economic development has been exploiting resources at a much higher rate than the rate of regeneration of these resources. So we ended up destroying the very resources that the economy uses in order to sustain itself. And we have learned that the economic growth that does not protect resources is not sustainable. Hence, it is not real development. What do we do now? It's important to make sure that development always remains within the limits of sustainability. That is, the rate of consumption of resources, natural and human, is always kept slower than the rate of regeneration of these resources. If we want to use more resources, we must invest more in resource regeneration, and this would make development sustainable. To design and implement policies for sustainable development, it is necessary that well-informed citizens can make informed choices in their personal and collective consumption patterns by prioritizing consumptions that have the least impact on environment. And that informed citizens can make responsible social choices by sustaining persons who are better capable of promoting environmentally and culturally responsible policies. In order to contribute to informing people about these choices, we have designed this small video. If you liked the video, remember to give it a like. And if you have found it useful, do share it with others who may also find it interesting and useful. Thank you.